Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. I thought I would start this video at 4:26 on the afternoon of Saturday, 12th of August, 2023, Eastern Time. Now 8:27, same evening, GMT. I'm going to make this video much about this one. This video over here from the Legarox 99 YouTube man. The old top 10 worst contracts across the NHL according to the Athletic. Just gonna see here. Just gonna see if I can just flip it around here. All right, so now this basically this video here. So, yeah, that's what it is. Just this Saturday afternoon, it was released, and this was from Don Lasician of The Athletic. Claims made about the worst contracts, top 10 worst contracts among teams across the NHL. So, before I go into that a little bit more, I thought I would mention the signing by the Canucks on Friday Eastern Time of center winger Pius Suter, originally from Switzerland. Spent some time with the Wings. Last season did sign with the Blackhawks a bit earlier in the decade, and is undrafted. Whether this pickup is a good one for the Canucks, a not so good one, or in between, we'll just have to see. But the cap hit is pretty good, $1.6 million US per season for this season and the one after this one. I mean, the Canucks have definitely, certainly. Canucks GM Alvin and President Rutherford have been busy because, well, it's been, it's been it's been 3 straight seasons, no playoff appearance. So we'll have to see what happens with the Canucks. So what I would do now is try to go to, in response to the video by the Legarox 99 YouTube man, good candidates for top 10 worst contracts of players signed by Canadian NHL teams. I mean, this channel I have is about Canadian content for the most part, and that's what I want to try to keep it that way as much as I can. So let's say number 1, JT Miller. Like in no particular order of worst to best. These are just candidates. So I'd say I'm going to try to include each team. So I'd say, going from western to eastern Canada, JT Miller of the Canucks, $8 million $8 million per season cap hit, full-blown no-move clause for part of it at least. The restriction of movement later on in the contract, but it's a full-blown one for the first few seasons. Ugh. I mean, I understand that maybe Bo Horvat would not have signed with the Canucks, even if the Canucks had not signed Miller. But it's pretty brutal, folks. $8 million. I believe he averaged just under a point per game. Last year in the regular season, last season. But it doesn't look good. It's for quite a bit of time, so I'd say that's a good candidate. I'm gonna pop on over to Alberta. The Calgary Flames, Jonathan Huberdeau. 10, I believe it. Let's see here. Huberdeau. Cap friendly. Huberdeau. Former Panther, born in the in the Laurentide region of Quebec. And let's go see what it is. I believe it has a full-blown no-move clause in its entire length. $10.5 million. An insane cap hit. Yeah, I was born in Saint Jerome. Yeah, Laurentide region, or near there. Yeah, okay. So he has the last 2 seasons of the contract. He will have to submit, if he wants to have some trade protection, 12 teams to which he does not want to be traded. That's the last 2 seasons of the contract. But before that, for the first 6 seasons, so that means it's pretty bad. $10.5 million per season cap hit. Pretty bad, folks. And his point production went way down. last season when compared to 2 seasons ago. Just gonna see what it is here. So, for the Panthers, he got full season production, which has been kind of hit and miss. Although in the NHL, all right, let me just go here. Yeah. In the NHL, he has averaged at least half a point per game. Regular season, he hasn't done gold so badly either. Calgary Flames was a big, climb down. 55 points, 15 of them goals, over 79 games played. Just gonna see what it is. We're gonna see what is exactly that proportional. Season before that, he put up the points like there'd been no tomorrow. 115 over in 80 games, 30 of them goals. So he scored with the Flames last season half the goals he had scored the previous season with the Panthers. On the assist meter, he scored slightly under half. He put up slightly under half the assists that he had put up with the Panthers when he did with the Flames. So overall, we have, just gonna see there. So just under 0.7 points per game he averaged. So it doesn't look too good. And I'm gonna go over to Edmonton in central Alberta. So I'm gonna do a search. Darnell Nurse, a minute eater indeed, and yes, he was drafted 7th overall, and thus in the first round of the 2013 NHL Hunter Draft. He's been with the Edmonton Oilers. Current contract is in the second. It's about to start his second season of that contract. After that, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to go after this one. In the last 3, it'll be the no move clause will drop from a full blown to a modified one. So he submits a 10-team no trade list. 10 teams to which the Oilers will not be able to trade him if he remains with the Oilers that long without his permission. So what about his? He's a defenseman. So yeah. Okay, so plus minus, need to be too bad. But in the postseason, last postseason, 11 games, a -2. He's been a playoff, neutral, plus minus. Look at plus 64. What could go wrong with that? Well, the problem is, he's a giveaway machine. He's giving away the puck so much. Maybe worth like $2 to $3 million US cap hit, but $9.25 million US per season, and 6 more to go. 6 seasons to go after this season. It's not looking too good. So let's see. Well, it's definitely a boat anchor of a contract, and up to and including June 2027. That no move clause is a full blown one. So it just, Ken Holland, what were you thinking? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the, see if I can pick a contract that's with Winnipeg, of those that are with the Winnipeg Jets. It may not be easy to pick this time, because they've made some significant changes. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, it's hard to pick. Well, let's see. The adjustments changes. Right shot defenseman Neil Pionk, originally from Minnesota, undrafted, 22. being kind of inconsistent. Oh, it's pretty bad. Regular season, 184 points, 29 of them goals, or 385 games. Postseason, he's been on a tear in terms of the points, 13 all assists, 17 games, but that plus minus is real bad. Minus 14. Since his time with under contract to the Rangers ended in June 2019, he jumped over to the Jets, or was traded. I don't really know. It's been been the postseason. It's been a minus. So Neil Pionk. Yeah, okay. So it's $5.875 million. He has a modified no trade clause for this season and next. But, well, it's not looking too good. $7.5 million, or wait, excuse me, $5.875 million US dollars. Looks a little rich, does it not? Now we're gonna go to the Leafs, and oh boy, there are some big contracts that are pretty bad. I have to say that the Leafs are there are quite a few I could pick up right off the top in terms of their insane cap hits. I'd say, okay, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and John Tavares in no particular order of worst to best. Octuple digit per season cap hits. Wow. And look at that. And the cap hit, and even with Matt Murray on long-term injury reserve, another not so good contract, one of the worst I'd say among Canadian teams. Yeah. The Leafs are over the cap by almost $3 million US dollars. Matt Murray was just made of, figuratively speaking, made of glass. That pretty bad among contracts that are on the book. It aged like milk. From having been okay, October, November, or so, November into December, and then it was a sieve after that. Ugly goals given up, like there would have been no tomorrow. Seattle Kraken game early last January was pretty bad. We gave up 3 ugly goals. I remember how many times I said, "Oh, that's an ugly one." Although, yeah, he wasn't alone among goalies on Canadian teams who gave up ugly, bad goals. So, yeah, I have to say that, yeah, another honorable mentions for not so good contracts. Morgan Riley, who has a full-blown no move clause throughout much of the contract, $7.5 million US dollar per season cap it. Okay, last postseason, but during the regular season, he wasn't that. Regular season, giveaway machine. So yeah, Kyle Dubas just screwed over the Leafs like there'd been no tomorrow when he was GM. Let's look at Morgan Riley. So starting in July 2028, Riley, if he wants to keep trade protection on that contract of his, will will need to submit up to 10 teams to which he does not want to be traded. Well, by then the cap should be up by a lot more than it is now, but it's too many ways to boat anchor of a contract. So I'm gonna go to the Ottawa Senators. I'm making sure to include as many Canadian teams as possible. I should be able to find one that's not good. Sens don't have anyone on LTIR, but I look at them and the cap space just under $900,000 US dollars. They have loads of draft picks though. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on average, just over 1 draft pick per round during next year's entry draft. 2 picks from the Wings, including 2 picks from the Wings, and 1 from the Bolts. So So the Sens have 2 first-rounders. It would be a question of who the pick will be, whether it'll be the Wings' own pick or Bruins' pick. I don't forget it is. So let's see about some contracts that are kind of just crazy. Right, so it's hard to think about another. Well, for the tentatively, Korpisalo. Because it's just been... Yes, I know Corpy has been good at times. I mean, let's not forget 2020 quarterfinal qualification round. Shut the Leafs out in games 1 and 5 of that round. The modified no trade clause, so that means to up to 10 teams, Corpy can say, no, you're not trading me to any of them. So it's not full blown, but $4 million, insane, is it not? And it's been kind of inconsistent in his career. So Blue Jackets, first season there, 2.6 goals against average, 92.0 save percentage. Blue Jackets again, 2.88 and 90.5 respectively. 3.32 is coming up and down, to at least 3 goals against average, against average of at least 3, save percentage of under 9.0, and it's getting up and down a little bit here. King not bad, but in the postseason, he has had limited playoff experience in the NHL. We've had 2. 2009 Stanley Cup playoffs, he played 9 games, put up goals against average of 1.9, save percentage of 94.1. In last postseason with the Kings, he allowed some ugly goals with a Kings squad that it would end up losing in 6 games to the Oilers in that first round series. 3.77 goals against average, 89.2 save percentage. So Korpisalo looks not too good. So in terms of the Habs, I'd say that right off the bat, I'd say that Carey Price contract doesn't look too good. I mean, they have the LTR money, but it's just, yeah. Like for the insane amount of $10 million, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna check that there. Yeah, Carey Price, full blown no move clause. Not that it matters because he's injured. $10.5 million against the cap. The Habs are cap compliant only because he's on LTIR. The Habs do have a bit under $5.33 million US dollars to be cap space because of that LTR allocation to Carey Price. So let's see if there are any other not so good contracts the Habs have. Well, it's really hard to think of them. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say Carey Price is the worst. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up. If you like the video, make sure to click the like button at the bottom of the screen, below the video. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please feel free to do so. Please note that I try to put out videos at least every other week. And yeah, this is going to wrap up the segment about, mainly about good candidates to be included in the top 10 for worst contracts signed by Canadian NHL teams. On that note, I'm also going to say, go Leafs go.